Do I even need life insurance? In this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 types of people who need to have life insurance and why. And when you get to it, tell me in the comments which category you fall into. This video is the second video in a series of videos that I'm doing on life insurance in honor of Life Insurance Awareness Month. In the first video, I shared the definition of what life insurance is and a few reasons why you should probably own it. So let's get into it. Your mindset changes everything. If you'd like to develop the mindset and the belief system of the wealthy, learn the skills necessary to live within your means and then grow your means so that you can make it to retirement on time and with enough money to make it last and maybe a little bit early, then you've come to the right place. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss a single video. My name is Paris Clough and this is Financial Self-Reliance. I've been a life insurance broker and agent for almost 20 years. I've trained dozens of agents, run my own agency, and helped hundreds of clients with their insurance needs. So I have a lot of experience, and I want to share as much of that as possible with you. I'd like to take a quick moment and thank the people who commented on the last video. The first one is my wife, Adrienne Clough. Thanks, honey. I appreciate it. The next one is Best of Bronze. Thank you so much for your comment. Not a lot of people know how important estate planning is and what a critical role life insurance can play in it. So thank you so much for making a comment about that. Third, Denise Seda. Thank you so much. I appreciate your comment. The last one is ProFit Hearing. I want to thank you so much for your comment. And I'm actually planning on doing a video where I compare the types of life insurance so that you can get a better understanding of which one might be best for you. So be looking for that video in the near future. So let's go through each stage of life and answer that question. Do I need life insurance? But first, if you remember last week, we discussed that there's many types of life insurance. What they all have in common is that they pay a large sum of money to the loved ones that you leave behind so that they can pay for your funeral expenses and continue to pay the bills long after you're gone. So I get the "do I need life insurance" question most often from young single people. So I typically ask a follow-up question to help them answer that question. And if you remember from last week, I asked you to prepare by thinking about this particular question. That question is, if you were to die today, who would pay for your funeral expenses? Your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your aunt, or your uncle? Who would pay for that? And if they did pay for it, would it put them in a hardship? See, the average funeral costs today in 2020 are $8,000 to $10,000. If you were to die today and your family members, your loved ones had to come up with $8,000 to $10,000, would that put them in a financial hardship? If it would, then my next question is, do you even care? Because if you care, if you put them in a financial hardship, then you'll make sure to plan properly so that that doesn't happen. There are a lot of costs associated with end of life, and not all of those costs are related to burial and funeral expenses. We're going to be discussing some of these costs in other videos, so make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss any of those videos. People who are married and have partners are the ones who realize the importance of life insurance the most. I remember many years ago when one of my business partners delivered a large check to a widow. Her husband had passed away unexpectedly, and to her relief, he had taken out a very large life insurance policy, and she was able to receive that check. And when we told her that her life financially was set, that she didn't have to worry about money anymore, the relief that came across her face was something that I'll never forget. This was a couple that was older. They had their children grown and gone. So if it was that important to somebody in that situation, it is even more important for someone who is younger. In fact, I just had a client this past week that called and told me that her husband had passed away in July of this year, which was just a couple of months ago. Thankfully, he also had a large life insurance policy on his life, and we're going to get together and discuss what she's going to be able to do with that money now that he's gone so that she doesn't have to worry about money for the rest of her life. Another group of people who completely understand some of the reasons why they should have life insurance are parents. Whether you're married or single, if you have a child or more than one child, you know why it's important to have life insurance. If you love that child like I know that you do, you have goals and dreams for them. You want them to accomplish great things and become a valuable part of society. In the event of your untimely passing, those goals and dreams shouldn't end with you. You should be able to have something set aside through a life insurance policy that will allow those children to accomplish the goals and dreams that you have for them, whether that's college, or whether that's a business or a marriage, or any other goals and dreams that you might have. Not only is it important to have life insurance for those children, but it's also important for you to have a written plan in place for who's supposed to raise those children if you're a single parent. Having a plan in place can make all the difference. There are a lot of experts and gurus out there who think that life insurance isn't necessary after a certain age. I don't necessarily agree with that. There are so many reasons why we should have life insurance throughout our whole life and have a plan in place that encompasses all aspects of our life. Life insurance is a critical part of an estate plan. Statistics show that most people haven't planned properly for retirement, and so many people are living on 2 incomes from Social Security. Well, if your spouse dies or you die, your spouse will be left behind with nowhere near as much money as you were earning when you were alive, because your Social Security check will end. Their Social Security check might increase a little bit due to survivor benefits, but it won't be the same as what it was when you were alive. So if you want to make sure that your spouse and your loved ones are taken care of, you need to have life insurance even at an older age to be able to help supplement the income that Social Security won't provide. Another critical thing is that when you get to the end of your life, a lot of people want to leave a legacy. They want to leave an inheritance behind. They want to be able to give to their children and their grandchildren. It's important to plan for these things because most people don't realize that estate taxes and inheritance taxes eat up a significant portion of your wealth. Life insurance can come in and is often federally income tax free and can come in and make up the difference and give you the ability to give more to your children and grandchildren so that you can pass on a financial legacy. Here's the question of the day. What would it mean for those that you left behind to know that you took care of them financially? Go ahead and comment down below. Let me know how you think they would feel knowing that you took care of them financially. One of the last areas where people need life insurance that they don't think about very often is business owners. Especially business owners that have partners. See, a lot of people will have a partner in business and that partner will die. If you don't want to have your partner's family come in and start running the business, then you need to have life insurance in place to be able to buy out the family and to be able to continue to move the business forward in the way that you want to move it forward. Life insurance can be a critical part of business planning, especially if your business partner's family is someone you don't want to have as a future business partner. So as you can see, there are a lot of really good reasons to consider why you should buy life insurance. The good news is that buying life insurance is easier and simpler than you think. Go ahead and click the like button if you're getting value out of this video so far. One of the best ways to make sure that you get the right insurance is to work with a financial professional, a life insurance agent that knows what they're doing. Typically, someone who represents multiple companies, what we call a broker in the business, so that you can have that agent compare multiple companies and give you the best quotes for your situation. I hope you realize now why you need life insurance. If you don't have a life insurance agent that you trust, or a family member that could refer you to a life insurance agent that they trust, then reach out to Financial Self-Reliance at hello@financialselfreliance.net. And if we can't help you, we will guide you in the right direction so that you make sure you get the insurance that you need. Make sure you click subscribe so you don't miss any videos. And if you haven't watched last week's video, go ahead and watch it so that you can catch up on the series. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. I'm gonna and I'll see you on the next video. Is that too cheesy?